whenever there's a meeting and ask if we are allowed to come in. So, because we don't know.
Franco, this is not an issue on the table right now. We're discussing something else. The reason why
Sure, we're
yes, please.
discussing.
No, this is not.
We're talking
this is
about
not. We all
officially
know your
disputed.
contributions.
Yeah.
We all know what
We
you've
know
done
yours
and
too,
what you
and it's
achieved.
costing us a lot of money.
That's fine. Let the record speak for itself.
Oh, it does.
So-
it does.
Okay.
Punitive
Yes,
order, the first time.
Yes.
First time in 30 plus years that we got a punitive order to close the garage.
I read,
That's your baby.
Of course.
No,
It
it's
is.
Van Bergen's
It's a-
baby.
Jim.
No, it's not.
I
You're
read,
out of order.
I read this, number 6, because I want, at first it seems like, well, what is it actually saying? So it's, if you're in there regarding a lawsuit which you have against us, you have a judgment against us, and if we're gonna have meetings or vote on how we're gonna handle that, you cannot vote on that. You can't be part of that deliberation. Please let me
I
finish.
understand. I
Okay,
understand.
so that's what this is saying. If you listened, it was relating to the specific things in here. It's not in other things, it's relating to that part. Other things, you have nothing, other things, you're on the board. That doesn't,
Look at the
That's-
evidence
Thank you.
that
I'm
I,
not
Please.
that I gave you.
Please.
listen,
If you incur more
I'm trying to
money, more
explain something
expenses
to
for the
you.
association.
I'm trying to explain something to you. I do think of the association, so I'm
Gail,
trying to
please
explain.
look at me. Do not.
I'm trying,
Please.
all right, okay. I'm not interested in that. I'm trying to explain.
You did already.
Let me finish. What I'm trying to do is explain, because words go on, that it's not excluding Franco Lungo from meetings or decisions, but when we're he's suing the GTCA as a judgment against us, a default judgment. So when we discuss how we're going to handle that lawsuit, you can't be in on that meeting, which is a deliberation, and you can't vote. So this isn't excluding you from anything else. And the same to Barbara Tokay pertaining to her participation or her connection with specific things in fire safety.
Thank you.
It's not bigger than that. You're making it bigger than that, and it's not.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Julia. Anything else? Elena?
That's enough.
Vinny? Richard? All those in favor? What is the number there?
6.
Okay, all those in favor to accept, to adopt 6? All those opposed? Abstain? Okay. Carried. What is next?
7. Corporate counsel is directed to request that the judgment against the GTCA by Franco Lungo be vacated, and counsel shall represent the GTCA in the action brought against the GTCA by Mr. Lungo. Second, anybody?
Any second? Any discussion?
Yeah, what exactly does this mean, Michael?
It's gonna cost a lot of money.
What this means is that Director Lungo, in violation of a policy, sued the association
No,
What policy?
and obtained a judgment that, as a result of a conflict of interest and a violation of his
No
fiduciary
violation.
duties.
No
The purpose
violation.
of this is to ask the court, since Director Lungo showed up in court, no one showed up for the GTCA.
Your
In
responsibility.
spite of the fact that someone was supposed to. No one showed up for the GTCA, and Director Lungo obtained a judgment without opposition. The purpose of this motion is to allow the GTCA to appear in court and offer the reason why Director Lungo is not entitled to the money he is seeking to get from the GTCA.
Okay, so what this is saying in essence is it's giving the GTCA an opportunity to present its case.
Yes.
Correct.
GTCA already had
Okay,
the
so
opportunity
this
and
is
did
not
not
saying-
do so.
They had the
Okay, so-
opportunity to come. They never showed up in court.
Excuse me, what this is saying is that there was mismanagement.
You sneak
Please,
behind
do
the
not
back.
go into
Oh, yeah,
details.
sure,
You
Phoenix,
can't.
right.
Now,
Yes,
this
you
is
did.
saying
Right.
that
Please,
no one from the
Phoenix.
GTCA
So it's not saying,
showed up.
it's not saying that this is to be thrown out, it's just saying it's to be
The
Real
court
saying
will
that it's going
the
to
court
be-
will decide
Right.
on the merits
of the case.
whether the judgment is accurate and valid or not, whether Director Longo is correct or not.
Okay.
It's a hearing on the merits.
Right.
That hasn't been had
This
yet.
came, the conflict was because he's on both sides, right? He's a director.
Yes.
What both sides? I have my
And he was
constitution.
suing.
Director Lange just asked for the third party, independent party to get involved. What could be more independent than a municipal judge? And this is
What?
one of the things
The
in this
GTCA
report.
attorney He's doing a heck of a job
Unfortunately,
over there.
unfortunately, Barbara, unfortunately.
You object to a state superior court judge deciding this?
No, not at, I
Well, that's what the
object
motion is
I
for,
object
to have the evidence
waste
presented
of-
to a
I
state
object to the
superior court
waste of
judge.
money. You already had your
Okay.
Can we
opportunity
stop
to go
So
so
what
much
should we
stuff?
do, Barbara? Just sweep another infraction or another thing under the rug and just move on?
The infraction was that the attorney didn't show up.
Right.
So we would like to go before the judge and say, hey, judge,
Please.
you made
Yeah.
a default
Okay.
judgment when it
All
shouldn't
those,
have been
all those in
made.
favor to allow
Shouldn't have been made.
to reopen this case. All those in favor? What is? All those opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. Let's do next one.
8, corporate counsel is directed to request the court is that, no comma. Corporate counsel is directed to request the court hearing the lawsuit brought by Imperial Painting against the GTCA to permit the addition of Franco Longo as a third-party defendant to such lawsuit.
Any second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to know exactly what that
Means.
means.
Okay, good.
that
What that means is that a judge will decide whether the unit owner should pay for the repairs to your apartment or you should.
okay.
A
That's,
judge will decide. That's what the motion means.
oh, okay. Because I didn't authorize this repair, and I didn't hire this company. This was GTCA that hired this company. Just like GTCA hired a company to remediate Strum's mold, and many other people that I have here.
But they didn't paint my apartment for 6,000.
They didn't pay my apartment either, and I told you that. I painted my own apartment myself. Look, the paint on my shirt.
Very nice.
Director Longo, we're being sued for painting your apartment for $6,000.
Well, I know that, and
So
I told
you
you.
will get a chance to go to court and argue the case.
That's fine, but I've told you that they didn't paint
Independent
it.
judge.
I've told you that I didn't have it painted.
You
So
just
good, so then
ask,
you can argue
please.
for us.
And Mr. Van Bergen said it's better because I was considering having them paid, and he said it's better not to do it. It's a conflict, and I stayed away from that.
Okay.
And
This
and
is-
again, the GTCA are the ones who hired this company to do the mold remediation. I had nothing to do with it.
You'll get your day in court.
That's fine.
About half an hour ago, you requested an independent investigation.
So
What could be
for this
better?
report,
What
for
could be
this
better?
report,
But this is
for
part of this report.
Not an
Directors,
independent
you based everything on this report,
I
which is
understand.
nonsense.
You see, we do not have any other
Oh,
choice.
yes, you do.
Oh,
No, we
please,
don't.
come on.
We fired
Unfortunately,
up
we
a
This it's election time. Last year it was somebody's
Do you want me
lack of lack
All
of
directors,
permits.
all those in favor
Another
to
400.
accept.
You want me to read this again?
yes, please.
Corporate counsel is directed to request the court hearing the lawsuit brought by Imperial Painting against the GTCA to permit the addition of Franco Longo as a third-party defendant to such lawsuit.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. Thank you. Anything else?
No.
Can you don't you have a method of executing us? Right?
Right.
Because I made her notes, so.
Next issue on the agenda is AR25 request by unit owner. A unit owner requesting, I would like to request a copy of the file that contains all legal correspondence regarding the Coalition for Better Galaxy, both to and from attorney Mr. Verdi and Mr. Kingman. I would like to stay informed.
Where is this insert?
I don't think we have it.
Yes, you do.
Number five.
Number five.
Number five.
Here.
Now this falls.
Number five, no, here.
This falls. Two letters are not privileged because the entire file is open to unit owners, right? It was CC to unit owners.
Number five, here.
Yes, the letter from Mr. Verdi and my letter to
But I
Mr.
need
Verdi, neither of those documents are legally privileged.
Do we have to release it? If it's a document which was CC to unit owners, documents, do we need to make? Do we need to?
Well, it's not, it depends on whether it's listed in AR-25 as a permissible document or not, but there's certainly no reason that you can't vote to authorize its release.
All right. I'd like to have a motion to release all correspondence pertaining to this.
I make a motion to
Please, to release.
I would make, just to this particular person?
Yes.
I make a motion to request a copy of the files that contain all legal correspondence regarding the Coalition for Better Galaxy, both to and from attorneys Mr. Verdi and Mr. Kingman.
To be released to the
Be
unit owner.
released.
Okay. I'd like to have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Abstained? Okay, motion carried. Gail, would you please get in touch with the unit owner and advise him? Next issue on agenda, what to release independent audit of petitions.
But that's me and I have to change tape, so you have to wait, sorry.